Hello everyone and welcome to Talk Totaline. I'm your host, Daryl, the FAP guy, and today we have a special guest who is going to share a common problem with us. Let's have a big round of applause for Andrew Numdolt. How are you today, Andy?
Well, to be honest with you, Daryl, I'm a little confused.
And why is that, Andy?
I watch your show regularly, and I see the guests you have on the show. They're all HVAC pros like me, but they don't seem to have the stress that I have at my job every day.
Oh, and that's exactly why we have you on the show today, Andy. Our producers were struck by the letter you sent to the show. They thought there was a good chance that a lot of HVAC pros out there are looking for ways to deal with the frustrations they feel on the job every day and could relate to your situation. Do you mind if I share some of your letter with the audience?
Oh, go ahead.
I'm writing because I can't believe all the HVAC pros you have on your show really have things as easily as they say they do. I certainly don't have things so easy.
That's for sure.
I show up to my jobs on time and always complete all the work the customer needs done. But no matter how well I do the job, I always seem to end up with callbacks and complaints.
I don't know how that happens.
To make matters worse, my girlfriend left me back in February, and now I'm so lonely that I cry at nights
Hey,
and I...
do we really share that part, really?
No, Andy, we don't. Why don't we go back to the part about callbacks and complaints? Could you share a couple of the recent incidents with us?
Sure. Here's a simple one. The other day, I had this lady watch me like a hawk. I was installing a motor into her furnace. She kept complaining about how long it was taking.
And how did you deal with that?
I apologized to her. I told her if she'd like to go upstairs where she was more comfortable, I'd come get her when the job was finished. She insisted on staying. I had to saw the shaft off the motor, build a new mount, do a little rewiring in order to make it fit. This made her even more cranky. She kept bugging me. Are you installing that right? Are you using the right motor? No wonder why it's taking you so long. It's probably not the right part.
Andy, no offense, but was it the right part?
Sure, it's the same generic motor I use in all my jobs.
And you were installing it into a Carrier, Bryant, or Payne unit?
That's right.
Then maybe she was right.
What do you mean?
Andy, on this show, we live by the mantra that factory authorized parts are always the right choice when you're working with Carrier, Bryant, or Payne equipment.
Like there's a real difference?
There is. Factory authorized parts are exact drop-in replacement parts for Carrier, Bryant, or Payne units. So, that means they'll always fit perfectly and they take less time and effort to install because you don't have to fuss around trying to make them fit.
Okay, so maybe just this once a factory authorized part could have made a difference. But let me tell you about a more major situation I found myself in last month.
Okay, shoot.
So I come in and I install a generic board into my neighbor's Carrier furnace. Routine job, simple as pie. Shortly after, the equipment starts to fail. Rather than call me, they call my competition. They told the customer I should have been using FAP. Now they're mad at me and calling all the other neighbors, telling them not to use my services. And they're telling the girls in the neighborhood not to date me. They're calling me the April Fool since I installed it on the 1st of April. It's not my fault.
That was a little foolish, Andy. When you install a factory authorized part into a Carrier, Bryant, or Payne unit, you maintain the original efficiency of the system. Your whole mess might have been avoided if you had just used FAP. Plus, FAP is UL certified, so it preserves warranty. It's just a great choice if you want to avoid callbacks.
So you're saying the system failure was my fault?
I'm afraid so, Andy.
And now none of the girls in the neighborhood will date me because I'm such a bad guy. I'm so lonely, Daryl.
Yeah, Andy, that may be the way things are now, but it doesn't have to be that way forever. You can fix your reputation.
How?
By always using factory authorized parts. They fit perfectly, they preserve warranty, they're UL certified, they're just the right choice.
You're right, Daryl. I'm going to do that. My customers are going to love me. You'll see. All you girls out in Mifton Park that wouldn't go to the steakhouse with me, you'll see.
Okay, that's all the time we have for today. Andy, it was great to have you on the show, and we wish you the best of luck. Audience, I think Andy is a great reminder of why FAP is always the right choice for Carrier, Bryant, and Payne equipment. Also, Totaline is offering all its best free stuff in exchange for purchase of FAP. Go to www.totaline.com for details. We'll see you next time.
You'll see. You'll see.